So this is one of those false, I don't want to say a false, there's this assumption sometimes with partners, with clients, with MSPs themselves that once you move a service out into the cloud and you move all of the work of the business out into web portals and cloud services, well, you don't have to worry about security anymore. Nope. There are still computers that have to be used in order to gain access to those services. And that access can be abused by attackers. So on the point of the workstations that an end user actually has to interact with, it does not matter if they're keeping everything in the cloud or they're doing everything locally on a local server. You need, there will be a just different risk assessment that has to be done. But in the end, you're still going to be doing a lot of the exact same things. You're still going to be saying everybody needs to have multi-factor authentication set up for everything you're going to access over the internet. So your M365 account, your web portal for your line of business software, all of that's going to be MFA. So that's not going to change in either situation. The endpoints are also going to need constant updating and patching. So that's going to need to happen. You're still going to have to do a next gen AV of some sort, whether that's an EDR solution from us, Sophos Intercept X, whatever. You're still going to need that there, because if that system, that workstation that nobody can, again, nothing happens locally on it, they're still going to those web portals. Well, if that machine gets hit with a targeted attack, well, that attacker has now scraped all the passwords from that workstation, or that attacker has pulled other information from those active sessions that they were logged into, and it just goes on and on and on. Now, how do you protect what is actually out in the cloud is another question. That's well, what kind of cloud is it? Is it you and you control it? Or is it just a web portal, a service that you've bought, the client's bought access to, and nobody really has a handle on it? Well, if it is a cloud or web service that somebody has bought into and nobody has any real control over it, that's all on the vendor, then the most you can do is make sure, all right, everybody's trained on proper use, everybody has multi-factor authentication set up, and if we have availability of setting permissions for users, we're going to follow the principle of least privilege for assigning out permissions. Business, the lowest person on the totem does not need access to everything, and there are many cases where even the highest person on the totem does not need access to everything. And if it's cloud infrastructure that you control, that goes down a rabbit hole real quick, because, all right, well, what is it on? Is it on AWS? Is it on Azure? Are you going to do your permission auditing manually, or are you going to automate your permission auditing? You also need to be able to monitor for logins, events that occur. You have to be alerted whenever logins fail, or whenever logins come from unexpected geographies, those types of things. So short answer is, you should not treat a client's environment differently as far as their endpoints go and what you do to secure those endpoints. You should not treat that any differently with a client that has everything local than a client that has everything in the cloud.